Donna, back again with another review. Hope you guys are doing awesome. All right, so today I'm going to be reviewing I'm a Virgo, which is the new Amazon Prime series. It is directed and created by Boots Riley, who is also known for Sorry to Bother You, and it stars Jarrell Jerome, it stars Mike Epps, Carmen Ejugu, Walter Coggins, Olivia Washington, Brett Gray, Kara Young, who bring together this ultra surreal, magical realist vision of a 13-foot tall Black young man who is entering the world for the first time and has to face the world's interpretation of him and the stereotype casted among Black people, and has to then be awakened to the understanding of what life is like underneath a capitalistic society. This is likely going to be tied for me in my favorite series of the year with Swarm, because it's so rare that we get two such diverse offerings representing Black life and Black culture, one in a psychological thriller, and now we have this magical realist, surrealist perspective coming of age story. It's not often that we get that kind of representation on screen where Black people are allowed to be creative and weird and different, but still be making such poignant messages, you know, and it's such a good show. The show stars Jarrell Jerome, who you might remember from When They See Us, and he's also been in Moonlight. He was also Concrete Cowboy starring Idris Elba. And every time I see this young man on my screen, he is so dynamic, so phenomenal. Oh, by the way, he also voices a character in Across the Spider-Verse. And I don't want to give any spoilers, so if you know which character he voices, leave it down below in the comments. We won't say anything about it here, but he is just such an outstanding actor, such a talent, and I would love to see him and Dominique Fishback on screen together, because I think that they would really bring some heavy energy and in a good way. This show, I saw the trailer for it, I don't know how many months ago, but Boots Riley is one of those people who I'm always so impressed with his work, but it leaves you feeling uncomfortable while you're watching it. And I think it does that in the best way, because it forces the audience to really engage with and question what messages he's trying to get across. But this show mixes comedy and humor with drama in a balanced way. So there are episodes where you are laughing out loud, or you're nodding your head and understanding this character and how they're entering society. And then there are times when you are appalled and shocked and just wondering, what the heck did I just see? The character that Jarrell Jerome plays, his name is Cootie. He is 13 foot tall, and at the start of the primary storyline of the show, he is 19 years old and fighting to enter the world. But for his parents, they're so cautious because they know that once he enters the world is going to judge him, they're going to abuse him, they're going to misuse him, they're going to exploit him. And we get to kind of see, are his parents right, or does he find acceptance as he enters the world? Along with that, he is an avid comic book lover, and I love shows that show people in the nerd space, but especially when we get people in the blurred space, it just makes my heart thump so hard because I find that commonality. He meets a cast of young actors who identify with him and help him navigate the world in so many ways. There are such strong, good themes such as friendship, Black love, joy, Black boy joy that resonate in this show and cause you to question, how do you find those things in your own community? How do you find love and friendship and acceptance? How do you express yourself and find joy or Black girl magic? But then it also deals with much heavier themes such as racism, police brutality, exploitation of those who are in impoverished communities, gentrification, all of the isms that kind of exist in capitalistic society. And you know, once you're heavily entrenched in capitalism, you can't really escape it. It feels it's a beast that keeps feeding itself, and that's one of the premises of the show that I love that it explored. The direction of the show, acting wise, everyone is completely amazing in this show. Even a character who shows up as perhaps one of the villains of the show completely does it in an intriguing way that makes you want to just wonder more about the character. But let's talk about Boots Riley and his vision and his cinematography. Guys, he did this with no CGI. This 13-foot tall man was created with just using scaled models. It brings back that old school form of filmmaking that is just so juicy, and if you're a cinephile, you're gonna really appreciate all of the nuances and the nods that are in. Now, that is about as far as I can give you without getting into spoilers. So the criteria for whether you should watch this show is that everyone should watch it. However, the criteria for where you will probably like this show or not is if you do not like weird stuff at all, you like bland, formulaic, just very easy to grasp, non-stressful shows, you're not going to like this show. But I think that it's still important for you to watch it, but you might not like. But if you like that stuff, if you like stuff that's weird and that's on the fringe and that deals with like marginalization and does it and presents it in like new ways, if you like allegory, you will likely love this show, because if you're someone who always is looking for Easter eggs, looking for hidden messages, this show is going to like fill that up for you such in a juicy way. Like, I'm still thinking about this show, and even the things that I think I get, I still want to go back and look for the things that I missed. It feels like this show is just going to continue to feed. I don't know whether or not there's plans for a second season or if this is completely a one-off. It ends in a way that it can just be a one-off and it's satisfactory, because you kind of expect a weird show like this to leave with kind of unanswered questions. But if it came back for another season, I would definitely watch. I'm gonna give I'm a Virgo an A. I want to almost give it an A+. I think that there are a couple of moments that I would have liked to see kind of like just tightened up a little bit more. And also, it takes a little while to find its stride for the secondary characters, especially the ones who are really important, to get that character development. Some of those things we don't get until like episodes 3, 4, or 5, and there's only 7 episodes this season. And so for that, there were certain characters, and you'll see when you watch it, that are really important to Cootie's story, and I wish we could know even more about them. And then there's so many unknowns that I think is intentional, but it kind of, stops me from giving it an A+, but it's definitely an A. Bravo to the cast of I'm a Virgo. But let me know down below in the comments if you have already watched this show. I think I'm going to go live to talk about it for spoilers. So I'm going to talk about the show on this, I don't normally say these things, but Friday, June 30th at around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll be breaking down spoilers and actually getting into hidden messages and meanings in the show, and also answering questions that you may have. So if you have questions about what certain things meant in the show, please get down in the comments and ask them now. And hopefully I will see you guys at the live or catch you on the replay, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Toodles!